We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello students, welcome back. My name is Sandhya. I am working as assistant professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, Ahmedabad Institute of Technology. Today my lecture is about global positioning system. So let us start the topic. Okay, first we have to see what is GPS. Okay, so GPS means global positioning system. The term is very much familiar to each one. Okay, so GPS is a worldwide navigation radio navigation system formed from a constellation of 24 satellites and their ground control stations. Okay, GPS is positioning system based on a network of satellite. Okay, it's a network of satellite that continuously transmit coded information down to Earth. Okay, the information transmitted from satellite can be interpreted by the receivers to precisely identify the location on Earth by measuring distance from satellite. Okay, so distance from the satellite is measured and the receiver interprets that information. Okay, GPS is funded by and controlled by US Department of Defense, that is DoD, and the system is known as Navstar. Okay, Navstar system. What is Navstar? That is navigational, satellite, timing and ranging locations on Earth by measuring distances from satellite to Earth. Okay. So, GPS is known as man-made star, okay, artificial stars, and this is to locate his or her location points, okay, with respect to time. GPS is finding its way into car, okay, ships, aeroplanes, construction equipment, movie making, farm, machinery, laptop or mobile, or even our smart watches, all other in all other smart devices also. Okay. Now we will see what are the functions of GPS. Already I have mentioned this is to provide or display the coordinates. Okay, XY coordinates, that is latitude and the longitude of a place or a person, and to provide elevation above mean sea level, that is altitude. Okay, that is Z, and time of a place occupied by a GPS receiver. Okay, what are the 4 things it can give? That is X, Y, Z coordinate and the time parameter. Okay, all these 3 things GPS can give. What are the 3 components of GPS? This is very important. Okay, this is components of GPS. This is the first one. Okay, that is space segment. This is a satellite that it is in the space. The satellite orbiting in the Earth and transmitting time and the ranging messages. Okay, and second one is a control segment. It is in the Earth itself. This monitor the health and position of satellite in the space segment and transmits correction information back to the satellite. Okay, it receives the health, or it monitors the health of each satellite. If something happens, it can be replaced by another satellite, and some correction or something should be applied, then it should give back the information to the satellite. Okay, and the third segment is our user segment. the handheld or other devices used to interpret the messages broadcast from the satellite. Okay, so this is one of the GTU question also. So what are the three components of GPS? The space segment, that is this satellite 24 constellation of a 24 satellite. Okay, second one is the operation control segment. Okay, it is also known as OCS. Okay, that controls the health, monitors and controls the satellite. Okay, monitors the health and position of satellite, and it transmits back any correction information back to the satellite. And the third segment is user segment, that is the ultimate user, we. Okay, so the handheld receivers, we are having the handheld receivers used to get the messages and broadcast from the satellite. Okay, now what is GPS constellation? Okay, the nominal GPS operational constellation consists of 24 satellites. Newer satellites have been sent up to replace the older ones. So if something happens, if the health is not good, then we can replace with the newer ones. Okay, GPS signal communicates information from the precise position of the satellite and precise time of the signal. Each satellite orbits in Earth in about 20, each satellite orbits the Earth in about 12 hours. The satellite orbits repeat roughly the same ground track each day. Okay. Learn to identify the time of the day when satellite coverage is best in your area and plan your fieldwork accordingly. Okay, this is one thing that we have to take before the GPS survey. Okay, so now we will see the GPS constellation in detail. This is Earth, and I said there are a constellation of 24 satellites are used for the GPS operation. And see, there are 6 orbits moving in and around Earth, and in each orbit there are 4 satellites. Okay, 6 orbits are there, and in each orbit 4 satellites are revolving around. So that means 24 satellites. Okay, this orbit radius is this much, 26,600 kilometers, and equally spaced. They are 60 degrees separation each other and inclination of 55 degree to the equator. Okay, now we will see 2D and 3D positioning. Okay, since we exist in 3 dimensions, theoretically we need 3 satellites, okay, to get our distances. And see, in order to get our GPS clock in sync with the satellite clock, we need to get another one satellite data to calculate the time offset. Okay, so 3 plus 1 satellite. Okay, these 3 satellite will give the exact dimensions. Okay, that the positions x, y, z coordinate. This will automatically sync with the satellite time and GPS clock time. Okay, so this is for a time parameter. Now 2D and 3D positioning, see, this is Earth, our position is here. Okay, these 3 satellites give to get the 2-dimensional positions. Okay, this determines our position, and the 4th satellite to get a 3D position. Okay, it will give the all the parameters x, y, z coordinates, and along with the time parameter. Okay, now, what are the application of GPS? Okay, the main application of a GPS is a navigation purpose, and GPS is also using exploration, transportation management, structural monitoring, automation, berthing and docking of large vessels and ships, airport control, tracking of a person, tracking of a vehicle, and it is used in entertainment purpose also. Now, some more applications are there in the field of surveying also. It is applicable for our civil engineers. Okay, it can determine the three-dimensional positions. Already mentioned that one. It can measure the length and distances between two points. It can measure the area enclosed and the GPS mapping to locate points. Okay, it can be used for ground control points. It can locate, and line measurement for surveys. Okay, suppose one line is there, road is going through, we can measure this length. Okay, and layout of a road, pipeline and building. Okay, collection of data in the survey procedure, the preliminary survey or the site survey, we can collect data collection purpose also, and to prepare the contour maps. If we are getting all the reduced levels, then we can upload the contour mapping also. Okay, so these all are the applications of a GPS. So the key function of a GPS is to locate your position on Earth. Okay, GPS allow us to obtain or record, manipulate the position on Earth. Okay, the waypoints gives us the coordinate for a single point location. If we are considering the single point location, Kankeria Lake in Ahmedabad. Okay, so this is 23.0063 degree north and 72.6026 degree east. Okay, this is the latitude and this is the longitude of this Kankeria Lake. Okay, so thus we can locate his or her positions on the earth. Now, GPS can be used to determine the measure the distance between any two points. Okay, tracks are a collection of points collected automatically by the units. Okay, see, we have to measure this straight line distance. Then this track points. Okay, it will GPS tracks the points in every 10 seconds. Okay, so according to that one, we can measure these distances. And see, the collection method can also be set it to distance. This is set it to a time, and this collection method is set it to distance. That means in every feet. Okay, this is a distance we have to measure. In every 5 feet it will track the points. Okay, according to that one, we can measure the distance between any two points. Okay, now, GPS can be used to measure the areas also. Okay, some well-defined points are there. Okay, well-defined area is there. So, in that case, if the four corners are well-defined, then we can measure the area in between this one. Okay, suppose the area is a curve area. Okay, so curving edges like a circular field, then it will be harder to define using points. Okay, in that case, tracks are very good at capturing curving lines as you travel around this curve. Okay, then it will track the points, and with the help of that tracking points, we can measure that area. Now we will see routes. Okay, route is a ordered set of waypoints that represent the path between two locations. Suppose the two locations are A and B. Okay, if this is one route. Okay, if we are setting another intermediate point in between that one, so the person can travel from A to C and from C to B. Okay, it is not direct travel, this is the direct one. Okay, so this route is an ordered set of waypoints. These all are known as waypoints. A, B and C are the waypoints. Okay, solid line on the slide shows as the example of the straight line between two points labeled start and finish. This figure will come in the next slide. Okay, the route allows you to set intermediate waypoints on your path from A to B. Okay, this is the intermediate waypoint. Okay, so GPS will report the length of entire route. GPS can report the length of the entire route, that is A, C, C, B and BC, and along with that one it can report each segment's length also, A to B, B to C and A to C. Now, in this drawing, please listen. This is the start point and this is the finish point. Okay, this is a straight line between 2 points. Okay, so route between 2 points. Some waypoints are introduced in between intermediate waypoints. That is B. Another waypoint is C. So these two intermediate waypoints are introduced in between the routes. So this is an alternate method of this thing. GPS can give the cumulative of all these routes, and along with that one it can give the segmental route also. Okay, now we will see tracks. What is tracks? See, if a navigation process of getting something from one location to another, then tracking is the process of monitoring as it moves. So, if one vehicle is moving from this position to another position, in each suppose in each interval, okay, the GPS is a tracking its position where it is moving towards. Okay, we can track the person, we can track the vehicles, we can track the movement of things. Okay, we can, it can mainly used for the logistics. Okay, see, these all are the satellites. Okay, this is the vehicle to be tracked. Okay, it will track and it will give the information to the information hub, then it will feed into the tracking server, then it will go to the monitoring station. Okay, so thus in the crime control also we can use this application. Now, GPS can be used for mapping. Okay, so we have to map a particular area. In that particular area, there can be some point data, polyline data, and some polygons. Okay, this is a park, this is a road. Okay, it's a pipeline, or this is a particular electric pole, or any temple, or any particular point is there. That means point, any polyline or polygon area can be mapped. Okay, these areas can be either natural resources, these data can be either natural resources or any other physical infrastructures. These each data can be saved with the help of unique symbols or a name, so that after reaching back your office also it will be easy for you to interpret the data. Okay, now we will see a figure corresponding to that one. GPS can be used to make maps of natural resources, physical infrastructure, or any other geographic features. Okay, see, this is one plot. Okay, so this mapping we can this is a field, so we can map this area. Another one is, this is a natural resource, that is lake. Okay, so the points can be mapped. Okay, so the entire area can be mapped. So another one is, this is a road going through. Okay, it's a straight line, so this is a physical infrastructure. So the road is a line, the lake of the area is defined by a series of points, and all these things can be mapped with the help of GPS. Now, this is a one GPS receiver, a Garmin GPS receiver. Okay, you can see what are the basic things. This is the display screen. Okay, these all are the buttons to control this GPS system. And this back side you have a antenna, cable port, and battery compartment is there, or power or data port is there. Okay, so now we will see, this is the GPS information page of Garmin GPS receiver. Okay, here you can see the position. Okay, it will displaying the latitude and the longitude information, and this is the sky map. Okay, this area will give the satellite information. This area indicates the strength of satellite signal, and this is the receiver status message. Okay, everything is we can see in the display part. Okay, so students, thank you so much for your valuable time. Okay, GPS, as you know, this is a modern survey instrument. It can be used for navigation purpose as well as for surveying purposes also. Okay, so students, kindly go through one YouTube demo and see how it can be used for the surveying purpose, and how we can utilize that the data for another surveying applications. Okay, so thank you so much. Okay.